Howdy folks, and welcome back to the part 2 of this series. This is a 3-parter series, and it will get an update for the part 4 if there are more species added to the game. This is known as Species of Star Trek Online. We're starting this off with the Romulans. So, you don't start off in this Romulan Star Empire or the Romulan Empire. In fact, you're just a citizen. So in this case, we're going to go for this. More specifically, RRF means Romulan Republic Fleet or Flotilla. More specifically, Fleet. As you're pretty much going to be following the old Romulan Empire naval rank structure. So, the most basic race you're going to be is either Romulan or Alien. If you have bought something from the C-Store or unlocked it from the previous two factions in the reputation system, you unlock the Riemann. And of course, if you're a lifetime member, you get the Liberated Borg Romulan. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Romulans races. Specifically, Romulan Operative, all of them use warbirds, which have a singularity core. They're slower, not really as powerful, but they do hold up. So, Romulan Operative meant to actually be able to handle all that. They're limited to telepathy, plasma motion specialist because they literally do use that. Singularity specialist because you might as well take advantage of your ship. Now then, let's go ahead and take a look at this. A humanoid race that are biological cousins to the Vulcans. Romulans are descendants of Vulcans who reject Surak's reform during the Vulcan time of awakening. That's right, they're the group that followed the Raptor wings. Once based on the planet Romulus, Romulans control an interstellar empire that reaches across the Alpha Quadrant through the Romulan Star Empire. Although the Romulan Star Empire... Oh man. Let me reread this paragraph. Once based on the planet Romulus, Romulans control an interstellar empire that reaches across the Alpha Quadrant. Technically, it's the Beta Quadrant. Although the Romulan Star Empire lost control, or lost a great deal of power after the destruction of Romulus and Riemanns in 2387, it is still formidable. Okay, yeah, it is still formidable. Romulans are known as passionate and are easily moved to extreme emotions. Their disdain for other species often leads to xenophobic tendencies. Advancement in Romulan culture often comes through treachery. That's about truth. Let's see, Romulans are recognized for their pointed ears, and some Romulans have cranial ridges above the eyebrows. Most have dark brown or black hair. Romulan blood is copper-based, which can give a Romulan a greenish hue. So this is very true. This is why when you see this, that's because of their blood, makes them greenish in hue. So that's pretty much about it. Oh yeah, and Riemanns. Let's talk about that real quick. Riemanns are a bit interesting. They don't get the Romulan Operative, but they do get the Infiltrator. Really useful for cloak bases and mind drains. They're a highly telepathic, highly telepathic species. And of course telekinetic. A slave labor caste of the Romulans since at least the 22nd century, Riemanns were used as Romulan shock troops and miners in the dangerous dilithium mines of Riemanns. Riemanns was a tidally locked planet that was a twin to Romulus, going with this Roman theme that they created back in the 50s and 60s. Because Riemanns lived in the dark side of the world, they are extremely resistant to, or in this case, sensitive to light. After Remus was destroyed in 2387, most Riemanns settled on harsh worlds with mineral resources or abandoned space station where they could be free of Romulan influence. Most Riemanns have some telepathic abilities. Riemanns are recognized by their rigid heads without hair, deep-set eyes, and bat-like pointed ears. They have small fangs and pale gray molted skin. Yeah, that actually really does set that. The first appearance for them was in Star Trek Nemesis, and we see them again during Season 4 of Star Trek Enterprise when the Romulans were starting to really show they were starting to interfere with everything. With the entire quadrant of Alpha and Beta Quadrant. They want the area to be destabilized, to have a huge intergalactic war, so that way they can sweep in and take everything over. Pretty much that simple. Also, too, hot. No, seriously, we don't ever see female Riemanns in the series. Most of them will probably look like the males, because generic. But this is actually pretty good. This is like the beauty of female Riemanns. I know. What are you, some sort of freaking freak? I don't know. I think it's hot. Anyways. Liberated Borg Romulans. Pretty much the same thing as humans, except with Romulan things and pretty much the same background. And of course, freaky alien genotype. You can create your own alien species as native to the Beta Quadrant. And Beta Quadrant is actually where the Romulan Empire is at. And where Kronos is at. Which is the Klingon Empire. So yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching this part. Like, dislike, whatever. Part 3 will be dealing with the Klingon Empire and its species. And it's going to be a long one. Not as long as Starfleet, but it's going to be long. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.